Evening Court fans, and welcome to part 3 of my 2020 player ratings for the draft. Let's get into it. The first player we're going to be breaking down is quarterback Jacob Eason from Washington. The main thing I have to say about this guy, and if you don't already know it, is he has a rocket of an arm. I mean, he can throw deep. That's the most noticeable thing about him. What I like about this quarterback is he's already been written off. And what I mean by that is most think he's going to be a backup for most of his career. We're probably going to get rid of him in 2-3 years just to sort of gap filler, which is good. It gives the player a chip on the shoulder to work off, and it gives him something to prove people wrong with. And by doing that, I think it's given him that little bit of fire which can help propel him into the first team, especially learning under the likes of Philip Rivers. Even Jacoby has things to offer, and also working with a great quarterback whisperer in Frank Reich, who's renowned for getting quarterbacks to work well. So yeah, I don't think he'll be starting straight away. Maybe pre-season we'll see a lot of him. I hope we see a lot of him in pre-season, so we can get a feeling for what he can offer. I don't think we're seeing much in season 1, especially with 1 year on Philip Rivers and a year on Jacoby to prove himself. I think he's going to be more of a holder / just backup guy in case one gets injured, which is, it's not a dig on him, it's not saying he can't do it, but if we can give someone a year to stand back and learn from one of the great quarterbacks of the game, then it just makes his life a bit easier coming into the league. So that's where I start off with him. The next player I'm going to be breaking down a bit is offensive lineman Pinnter from Ball State. The best thing about him is he's very versatile on where he can play on that offensive line. He can be a run blocking tight end to a centre. He's been practicing snapping. He said it himself in a combine interview. He's been snapping a lot more than what he would have. Also, the bad side, he's a rookie to the offensive line position. He was a former tight end, so that could be a bit of a con on his part. But hopefully he can learn, and I think he's there to start with to be a special teamer. A special teamer. Just to relieve a bit of pressure on our current O-line as well, just to share the load a bit, but hopefully he can, blossom into a good player. I think he will, but I think this player as well will take a bit of time. 2-3 years maybe before we're actually putting his name first on the team sheet. So that's a little preview of today's episode. I hope you're all doing well. So I'll get right into Jacob Eason, and I'm going to get stuck into this one because I like him. One of my favourite picks of the draft. I must say, pre-draft I didn't really know about him, but afterwards I watched a lot of videos on him, a lot of breakdown videos, combine videos, interviews, and I grew to like the character of his. He's a passionate person. You see it in these interviews. I believe an interviewer in the combine asked him, is he lazy because he's got a laid back personality? He's not intense, he doesn't get in your face. And he straight up said no, he's just passionate, but he doesn't let that get the better of him anymore. He lets his play do the talking, he lets his arm do the talking, which is good. You don't need someone who's going to get up in everyone's face just to throw it into the ground. Excuse me. Yeah, the first thing we touched on about him, rocket of an arm. Second to none. So yeah, that's good. His play action, he likes working out a play action, which I think fits our scheme very well, especially with the talent we have at running back. He could work out that very well. So our O-line can buy in the time, and I think we've got a lot of big shot plays we can make with this guy. He's good at the best type of throw he's good at is coming over the shoulder and towards the sideline. He's good at getting it where only the receiver can get it. If that makes sense. He's good at getting it over and out. Trying not to repeat myself, but especially these sideline streaks and out routes, he's good at just rapid fire. He's good at throwing it in there, laser, dot, whatever you want to call it. Now, I must admit, I watched a video on Jacob Eason from the QB school. I'll put the link in the description. Check that video out because that was a really good, honest breakdown of him. But what the guy said was he can make a toysy stance, or he's quite toysy when he throws it, and that can make for a less accurate, more of a floaty ball when it means he struggles to control the speed of what he throws. Great quarterbacks will be able to launch one downfield at speed, but also float one. I think he needs to work on that, and I think he will have a chance to work on that under Rivers and Frank Reich. So I would like to see how he improves in that game. Also, another con, he can panic throw, which is not always a bad thing, but for me personally, he can check down a bit too early. I don't know whether that's just because of injury. He had a lack of game experience in college, so if there's an inside blitz, he would just panic and throw a check down when if he holds on for another half a second, he's got an open touchdown place route. So these are things that I'd like to see him work out with his game. He can hold on for the ball a bit too long. He drops a bit too deep. Not a lot of game time, and he is still learning. They're the negatives. So, yeah, but you need a quarterback who can improve, because I've seen Chris Ballard talk about it, I've seen Frank Reich talk about it. We talk about how high people can go, but it's also the floor. And if you have someone who can go this high, but drop way, way down, it's a big risk. This guy seems like he's got a high floor, and we need to find out how high this guy can really go. And I think in our system we will, especially given, easy way to put it, a gap year, a free year of where he can learn and just get a feel for the team, get a feel for throwing to certain receivers, getting trust, making that bond between quarterback and receivers, learning our system, learning our plays. I think that year, or this fresher year, is going to help him just relax and kick him into it nice and easy, rather than just saying, yeah, you go out week one and try and win us a Super Bowl. Which I think a lot of teams, a lot of franchises expect from quarterbacks nowadays. I think, personally, I think the Bengals are going to rely too heavily on Joe Burrow. I think that's going to go wrong for them. I'm not saying he's going to flop, I'm just saying you put all your eggs in one basket and it never works out. Yeah, they're the cons. Moving on to his pros and how good he can be. Excuse the camera. Good accuracy. His sideline and the accuracy is fantastic. I'm not saying, that's not me saying it's always a touchdown or it's always a catch or it's never an interception. That's, not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is the way he throws the ball, almost, it makes it a 70-30 chance that it's going to be a catch, which you'd say most quarterbacks are a 65's, chance unless the man's wide open. But that's what I'd say is good. His velocity, especially on slant and drag routes, he can rip it in between defenders. At the speed he throws the ball. I saw some Tom Brady was throwing the ball at 61 mile per hour whilst training, and this guy is just throwing it at 62 mile per hour. Somebody's probably going to tell me somebody throws it faster. You could tell me somebody throws it slower, but to be able to throw the ball at 62 mile per hour, that could be the difference between, on the little hitch routes on a 2-point conversion try. The speed he can throw it is a really positive and really, helpful, I see it as. There are his pros. A few of his combine starts, if anyone's interested. His broad jump was 110 inches, 40 was 489, 20-yard shuttle was 475. His vertical jump was 27.5. His free coin was 7.5 seconds. I mean, it's easy to do something when, you've not got any pads on, you're not in active scrimmage, you haven't got any pressure, it's just you and yourself doing these things. So I honestly think he can become a franchise quarterback in the future. Is it still a road of up and downs and maybes and ifs and buts? Yes. But, I'd like to see him do well. I think he can do well. So I hope he does. So that's it on Jacob Eason. Again, I watched a lot. I watched the QB Schools breakdown. I'll put the link in the description, and I also watched a lot of highlights. I won't be putting the link in the description because I watched about 10 to 12 videos, so it should be too many, but just check them out. You see the rocket of an arm this guy's got. Moving on to our next pick, which was Danny Pinnter from Ball State, offensive lineman. And the first thing I noticed about this guy when I was watching interviews and videos on him, he's a good person on and off the pitch. He's a good sportsman. He's a good, he does stuff for charity in his spare time. I think that's important. We're a clean franchise, apart from the suck for luck. But we're a good, clean team, and I think this guy is good at representing the horseshoe and will be good at representing us because he's a good person on and off the pitch. When he started his college career, he was a tight end, but things change. I've not found a specific reason, but I found the reason he wanted to go offensive lineman. He just felt better. He felt like he had more of a chance of getting into the NFL by playing offensive lineman. Fair play to him. It's hard enough to make it into the NFL, but as well as changing position, fair play to him. I found it hard to find information on this guy. I really did. I searched everywhere, and obviously I found information, but not stats and stuff were hard to come by. But things I did notice after watching highlight videos, I had to watch full team highlight videos because there weren't ones of him specifically. If anyone finds one, put in the comments, let me know. But what I noticed was, so to go from tight end to oil lineman, he had to put on weight, but he didn't put it on in the wrong way by eating crap food and not being healthy. He wears his weight well. He's done it the right way, which is good to see. He learned how to run block very fast. He learned a skill fast, and he's pretty good at it. Reflexes are impeccable standard. He's nimble, and his strength and his grit. His strength and grit, he's a strong lad, and he can go for 4 quarters plus overtime. I've no worries at all that this guy can play 16, 17 games and not be hurt, not be injured, not flake. From what I've seen, nimble. Our O line at the minute is fantastic. And what our O line is great at is getting to the second level. So for this guy to be nimble, I think it just adds to that. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for someone to go from the first to the second level as quickly as possible, especially being a running team. We need to make them holes and make them as big as we can. I think this guy offers that. The cons of him, he's still a rookie on the offensive line, so he's still a lot to learn, but he does learn fast. I know I said he's nimble, but when he tends to get to that second level, he doesn't seem to have that push yet. Nelson has the push where he'll go to the second level. He's taken out one guy, he'll get to the second level and he'll push that second guy 5-10 yards back, quarterback's just hiding behind him, running through the hole. But Danny Pinnter can't seem to push that second guy. So he could struggle in the NFL, especially stepping it up another size and another gear. He could struggle, but if he learns the right things and he can put on a bit of strength, he can get a bit more strength to him. I can't see that being a problem. This guy he's not going to be an instant starter. He might be special teams, just to share the burden, and he might, like I say, play pre-season. I hope to see him pre-season. I hope to see all these guys playing pre-season. It'd be good for all of us. But I can't see him playing much during the season, especially with how solid we are. Maybe an injury comes in and maybe he goes in. Or maybe he goes in as a run blocking tight end from time to time. Especially if Frank Reich is looking to use Quentin as a fullback on occasion, like he did last season. This guy could come in and it's just like filling a gap easy. So then, what I like about this guy mainly is just his attitude. It's just pure and simple. He just wants to play football, and he loves football. He doesn't buy into the circus or the sideshow of being in the NFL. And there's a real sense of down-to-earth guy. He knows he hasn't made it completely yet, so he knows there's a lot of hard work to do. I think this applies to both Jacob Eason and Danny Pinnter, is that they know there's still a lot to do. That's it for Danny Pinnter. That's it for these two players. Hope you're all well. The last thing I would like to bring up is that, I hope you've all seen the photo of Jacob Eason and Pittman already training together, which is nice. Already building that connection, which I think is going to come in handy in the season, get to know each other. And they're all a becoming team, so that's good. That's it for today's video. Hope you're all doing well. Any questions, please leave in the comments.